you ready to get on the hot seat with Wally George? Hang on for the wildest, most controversial talk show on television, featuring enthusiastic participation from our live studio audience and interviews with provocative newsmaker guests. And now, here he is, that hard-hitting, award-winning, conservative voice of television, Wally George!
Thank you very much. All right. Our great studio audience. How are you tonight, gang? Oh, yeah. We got a great audience here on a sizzling Saturday night. And wherever you are watching us, this is the show that tells it like it really is. I don't believe it. We got a wild show tonight. We got a maniac, can I tell you, to lead off the show. His name is Paul Martinak, and he's against President Reagan's Star Wars. And he thinks Jane Fonda is a great American. And then we're going to have a debate on the 22nd Amendment. You know, there is legislation now to repeal the 22nd Amendment. You know what the 22nd Amendment is? It means that the president can only run for 2 terms. I say that's ludicrous. I say we should repeal it and let the president run for as long as the people want him in office. But we have some jerk who says, oh, no, we want to keep the 22nd Amendment. We don't want the president to run for more than 2 terms. Baloney, right? Baloney. Okay, all right. And then, in just a few moments, we have a surprise. I don't know who it is. David tells me we have a surprise coming up in a little while, so we'll see. Now I'm going to get to my opening commentary in a moment, but first time to introduce our great crew. And ladies and gentlemen, in the booth, let's hear it for our bombastic director, the amazing, the one and only Brian Lockwood. Here he is. On the floor while Oscar vacations is Ken Carey. Let's hear it for Ken. There he is. And our amazingly wonderful producer, the lovely Paige Poliquin. And, of course, the one and only David Kennedy. There he is. David. All right. Good to see you, David. Okay, we got a great crowd tonight. Hey, I got to tell you, we have broken all records. We got 12,000 people tonight. That's right. Hey, pretty soon we're going to be outdrawing the Dodgers, huh? Hey, the way they're going, anybody will outdraw the Dodgers.
Wally, that wasn't nice.
No, I shouldn't say that because my very good friend is Steve Sachs of the LA Dodgers and Mike Socha, who were down here wearing Wally T-shirts, and Tommy Lasorda. We should really have a nice round of applause for the Dodgers. Yeah. I got to be careful, David.
You better be careful. They may win yet.
Yeah, they could. Yeah. All right. Now it's time for hold it down, gang. It's time for my opening commentary, and then we'll get to our questions from the audience and our whole. First, a little apple boysenberry juice for everybody.
Glub.
Here we go. Hold it down. All right. Some of those recent headlines that I saw last week made me sick. Now, you've probably seen them. It said, Gorbachev challenges Reagan to join in a halt to all nuclear testing. And the liberal, slanted, left-wing news media is strongly urging President Reagan to do just that, to halt all nuclear testing. Come on! Of course, Gorbachev wants Reagan to join in a halt, in a halt to all future nuclear testing. As President Reagan pointed out, the Soviets are way ahead of us. They have a big advantage in missiles, and they want to keep that advantage, but Ronald Reagan won't let them, right? President Ronald Reagan refuses to let the Russians stay ahead of us. We are going along with our testing, and we are going to catch up with the Soviet Union fast, and then we're going to move ahead and stay there. Now, the liberals always fail to note that the leaders of the Soviet Union are all liars and cheats, right? Liars and cheats. If we did agree to halt all of our nuclear testing, do you really think Russia would, huh? No way. Gorbachev also wants President Reagan to stop work on Star Wars, or as it should be called, SDI, the Strategic Defense Initiative. Now, why does Gorbachev want Star Wars to be halted in this country? I'll tell you why. You want to know why? All right, I'll tell you why. Because he doesn't want us to be able to defend ourselves. That's why. Now, they want to make their own Star Wars system and put it in place before ours is in place. Well, it's not going to happen. Gorbachev is saying President Reagan must make concessions or there won't be any summit meeting this year. Hey, Gorby, hey. Hey, Gorby, don't threaten us, you fat little rodent. Who cares? By the way, I'm going to send a tape of this commentary to Gorbachev.
I bet he'll love it.
Hey, Fatso, hope you're watching this. Who cares if there's a summit? Who needs it? The president will move ahead boldly and swiftly to make the United States of America #1 again, and then we're going to stay there. I'll be right back. Welcome back. I'm Wally George, and this is Hot Seat. This is the show that's helping President Reagan make America even greater. Well, let me tell you, we have a terrific audience. You guys are great out there, and girls are great tonight. Really good. Okay, now it's time for my mailbag. You ready for the mailbag? Here we go.
Wait a minute, Wally.
Oh, hold on, David.
Wait a minute.
Even before that, I forgot.
Even before what?
I was going to ask you if you had anything to say about my opening commentary.
Well, you know, in the entire history of the world, no nations have ever succeeded in having an arms control agreement. I don't know why we spend so much time fooling around thinking we're going to have one.
That's right.
We're not.
Right.
But
yes, hold it.
But before you get to the mailbag,
yeah,
you said we were going to have a surprise.
That's right.
I
What
have
is
that
it now?
surprise now.
Okay.
From the Rick Dees Show.
Formerly from the Rick Dees.
Formerly from the Rick Dees Show. Here she is, Rachel Donahue.
Ah! Rachel Donahue. We love you! All Hey,
an audience. You gotta love these guys.
she used to be with Raunchy Rick. Remember that?
Well, Rick and I are separated now.
Yeah. Hey, tell me the truth. How raunchy is that little pervert anyway, huh?
Well, it's kind of like Jonah and Johnny. We don't really speak ananymore.
You don't get along?
Well, it's not that. I have my own show now.
Yeah, you have. And speaking
It's
of,
on this station.
speaking of your own show, she's going to be here on this station.
On Saturday nights. It's going to be on Saturday nights just before you, Wally. I'm leading into you, as it were.
From 10 to 11 here in Los Angeles, in Southern California. You're going to be on from 10 until 11, right before my show, Hot Seat, starting September the
20th.
The 20th.
Saturday night.
And what's it going to be called?
It's going to be called On the Flip Side. It's a music magazine with newer and weirder videos.
Video.
Not just videos. It's not just videos, though. We're going to do a lot of magazine, a lot of feature stuff, and some interviews, and stuff that you would appreciate, insane stuff.
I'm not. Hey, what do you mean? What do you mean?
Now, wait a minute. Now, Wally, I was promised by Oscar that you wouldn't attack me. You said you'd be really nice because we're now on the same station and everything.
Well, let me tell you
gotta
one
be
thing.
kidding.
I'm not so sure I want you to precede me on my program. What do you think about that? As I recall, when I appeared on the Rick D show,
Yes.
You and Raunchy Rick were pretty close then, and yeah. And I recall that you made some snide remarks about me.
I think it's about your hair.
About my hair. You made some. Hey, your hair. Hold on. Your hair isn't so. Will you quiet down? Look at her hair. She's got a punk crew cut over there.
Well, you don't attack
Hey, you know what I think? Hey, the more I think about it, I think Rick Dees is prettier than you are.
Now, wait a minute. Wally, you said you were going to... They said you were going to be nice to me.
Hey, listen, when you deserve to be nice to, maybe I will be nice to you.
Do anything about that?
I can't do anything about
Hey,
that.
the more
Well,
I
he doesn't
think
know how to
about
be
it,
nice.
the more I think I'd rather have Rick Dees precede me than her. What do you
Well, I don't know that I want to be on this station.
a little better, ma'am. Don't worry.
Oscar, you said it was going to be nice to me. You said they were going to be nice to me. You can do something about
He
this.
was going to be nice. I don't know what happened
think?
here.
Hey, Rachel, you're out of here.
I don't even want to be on this station. I don't want to be on your crummy station. I'm out of here.
She's as bad as Raunchy Rick, I'll tell
I
you.
think she'll be a good lead into it for us.
Well, anyway, she's going to do a show, maybe. I'll look at it and I'll decide whether she's going to precede me or not. September 20th, it's called On the Flip Side. Hey, now we'll do the mailbag. You ready?
Finally, we get to the mailbag.
Now here's a letter from a guy named Sid.
It's a long letter, too. Golly.
Hey, he writes in pink ink. Hey, you won't believe this letter. This is unbelievable. He says, Wally, I have been high since 1974.
On what?
He says, you should try drugs, man. It's great. He says, you're paranoid. Who cares about communism anywhere? He says, hey, dude. Wait a minute. He says, hey, dude, smoke a few joints, drop some lewds, and mellow out. Hey, you moron. I don't think you've been dropping loose. Someone probably dropped you on your head, you maniac. Okay. Now here's one from a girl named Penelope. She said, Wally George, I watched your show Saturday night, and how much do you have to pay those nerds in your audience to cheer you? She says, the guys in your audience look like a bunch of beach bums. Hey, I have news for you. I'd love to see you in person, you know. You're probably a big bow wow. Yeah. Hey, she probably had Calcan for dinner tonight. And we have the best looking audience in town right there. Yeah. Now, here's another. Hold it. Here's another one from a girl named. Hold it. From a girl named Denise. She says, my friends call me Kitten. Well, I will call you Denise. And she says, Wally, I'm 18 years old, and I heard you say some bad things about KNAC. You obviously should not talk about what you don't know anything about. She says, I've been listening to heavy metal for years, and it hasn't done anything to me. Oh, yes, it has. It's turned you into a nitwit. You're out of here.
It's telling Denise.
Okay. Now here's a good one, David, finally. Here's a good one.
I'm glad you got the one.
Here's one from Linda. Finally, Linda, we love you. She says, Wally, I want you to know you have the highest rated program on television.
Good old Linda.
I wish you would call and tell Mr. Nielsen and Mr. Arbitron that, okay?
Yeah.
And she winds up by saying, Wally, I love you. Oh, terrific. Okay. Let's go to the audience. Hold it down. Okay, let's go to the audience. Yes, can I have your name and your question, please?
My name's Brian.
Yes, Brian.
I want to know if you think the evangelist Pat Robertson is actually going to try to take you on for the ticket in '88.
Well, I think he's going to take everybody on, and everybody's laughing about, oh, Pat Robertson, and the liberals, as a matter of fact, the liberal Democrats are all saying, hey, we got to have a separation of church and state. You can't have a minister running for president. Why weren't they saying that when Jesse Jackson was running for president last time, right? I'll tell you. You see, the liberals are so ludicrous. They really are. They don't care if it's a liberal running as a minister, but now that Pat Robertson is a conservative Republican, they say he hasn't got the right. I say he has the right, and he may go all the way. What do you think?
Hi, Wally.
That's a great shirt you have on.
Hey,
Honor America.
Buy American.
Very good. Go ahead.
My name's Cameron, and I'm wondering if you think it's cost-effective for the United States to buy a space shuttle.
Yes, I say, listen, we got to replace the Challenger and go back into space, right? Right. Okay, yeah. Yes, sir.
Wally, my name is Chris.
Yes, Chris.
I'm looking forward to your show at the Palomino on Tuesday night.
Oh, hold on. It's not this Tuesday night.
Oh, it's not?
I'm glad you brought that, though, because, hey, hold on. I'm glad you brought that up, though, because it gives me the chance to tell everybody here in Southern California, I'm going to be doing a one-night in concert singing rock and roll music at the Palomino Club in North Hollywood, Tuesday night, September 23rd. I'm going to be singing rock songs from my album, and hey. And my special guest is going to be Rudy Krause. And guess who's going to introduce me? The nitwit. No. Richard Blade from K-Rock. Go ahead.
Hi, Wally. My name is Tim, and I saw your show a few months ago when you had Rick Dees on the show.
Yeah.
And you were passing insults back and forth, and he hit you with a pie. And I wondered if you guys had, like, what relationship you had, like friends or something?
Well, I'll tell you, Rick Dees is a nitwit and a nerd and a little panty waist and a spineless wimp. Outside of that, he's okay. I'll be right back. Thank you very much. I want to remind you all here in Southern California that starting the week of September the 15th, Monday through Friday, our hotline show is going to be on from 4:30 until 5, where you can call me live on the air every day, starting September 15th, 4:30 to 5, and then starting that same day from 5 until 6, it'll be Video 1 with Blade. Okay? Righty. Okay. All right, David, would you introduce our first guest?
Okay, first up tonight, Wally, we have Paul Martinak, who is an anti-Reagan political activist. You're not supposed to boo just the name.
Okay, here we go. All right, now, hold on, everybody.
Here we go, Paul.
Before we get started.
Wait a minute, don't put your hand up to
Don't
me.
put your hand up to me. Look at this, Wally. I have a gift to give you before this starts. I want to tell you something, Wally. I've got something for David. Here's a Tipperillo cigar for you.
Wonderful.
But for you, Wally, you can do anything you want with this. Mr. Good. You can do anything you want with that cigar. It's a gift.
Hey, did you hear what he said? He said I could do anything I want with this.
No, but he didn't mean that.
Hey, you know what I like to do with this, don't you? Get out of here.
How come mine is so much smaller?
I know, well, you know, you're the co-host, he's the host.
All right, hold on now. Let's get down to the
Wait, I'm not done yet. I have some more Tipperillo cigars. Okay, all right.
You must be a cigar salesman.
Okay, now, okay.
Get those things off your face.
What? I'm not taking these off. Here. You can have these, too.
The guy's a maniac.
Okay.
This guy's okay. Got any more gifts?
Hold on, Paul.
That's it.
I want to get down to the serious stuff of this program now, or you're going to be out of here before you even start talking, right?
Okay.
Now, hold on. You are against President Reagan's Star Wars, or as it should be called, the Strategic Defense Initiative. Why are you against Star Wars? Just tell me why.
Okay, first of all, I think that it's just a huge waste of money. And number two, I think that it just increases the chance of World War III occurring.
Why do you say that?
I'm telling you, the more bombs produced, the more likelihood of a nuclear accident taking place.
Wait a minute, Martinak.
What?
You don't even know what Star Wars has nothing to do with bombs. Do you know what Star Wars is? Do you know what it means?
Let's see you explain it to me. Explain it to me first. I'll tell you what it means to me. It's an offensive weapon. It's not a...
Hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
You say it's an offensive weapon?
Yes.
You're the only... Hey, you're the only thing offensive in this studio. Oh, wait a minute.
Okay. Whoa.
Hey, you are completely out of your stupid little head.
I think you're stupid. I'm telling you something. The same technology that built...
Let me tell you about Star Wars.
Okay, and then...
First of all, you say it's offensive,
right.
and you say it is about building bombs. You know nothing what you're talking about. What Star Wars is the Strategic Defense Initiative. It's strictly defensive. It is not offensive. It has nothing to do with building bombs. What Star Wars is to have a nuclear shield around the United States of America, so with laser beams, not bombs, dumbo,
It takes one to know one, Wally.
So with laser beams, we can shoot down Russian missiles if they should launch an attack against us before they hit us. That's what Star Wars is. Obviously, he doesn't know what the hell he's talking about.
Wally, Wally, those same laser beams can be used to wipe out Moscow or any other city. And like I said
They
before,
cannot. No, they
yes,
cannot.
They can.
They're only going to be made to strike against. They can't launch any kind of attack. They only are to eliminate nuclear missiles if they are
If it
fired
can
from
destroy
Russia.
a missile, it can destroy a city.
Oh, you are.
I wanted to tell you another thing.
Hold on.
It only creates fear and mistrust among other nations. And what they're going to do is, if we build Star Wars with billions and billions and billions of dollars, the other ones are going to fear us and mistrust us, and they're going to build their own Star Wars type of program or counter it.
All right, hey, it is. You're right. The Soviet Union right now is building their own Star Wars system, and you know why they want us to stop? Like, and I notice he's wearing a red shirt. Did you notice that?
Nice color.
Will you give Wally your jacket too?
No, that's
Oh,
No.
hey, and look at those cute little, what do they call them?
Suspenders.
Suspenders.
Wally, I tell you.
You must be a
Hey,
fireman.
you know what he reminds me of? Pee Wee Herman. Now,
I wish I had his money. Okay, go ahead.
hey, you should have Pee Wee's good looks, right?
I wouldn't talk.
Now listen, hold on.
Go ahead.
You see, what you are trying to do is, you and the lunatics like you around this world, by wanting to halt SDI, by wanting to halt the Strategic Defense Initiative, you are going right along with the Soviet Union with your communist red shirt.
No.
You're going right
It
along
just
with
happened to be a red shirt. I'm not
You're,
communist.
you're,
Okay.
you're going. Well, you may not be, but your shirt is, right?
Okay.
No, what I'm saying is, you are going right along with the Soviet Union. They want us to stop our Star Wars program, so we cannot defend ourselves. Well, I'll tell you, my friend, it's not going to happen. We are going to keep on with Star Wars, and we're going to defend ourselves. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Wally George here with Hot Seat. And my guest is a nitwit called Paul Martinak. Not only does he want to stop us from defending ourselves with Star Wars, but now I understand also, Paul, that you want us to be isolationists. Can you believe that?
That's absolutely correct. First off,
why would you call for isolationism?
well, first of all, I don't think that there can ever be a one-world government or a one-world leader. Hitler tried it, Caesar tried it, a lot of leaders have tried it, but they've never succeeded. We're going to have to learn to respect another person's territory as much as ours.
Wait a minute, that's not isolationism.
Okay,
Once
I wanna
again,
tell you
you're
something.
showing your stupidity, isn't
It's
it?
your stupidity. I'm telling you, Wally. If we had it your way, Wally, we'd be in World War III tomorrow with the Russians.
No, we would not. Now listen.
Oh, yes, you would. I guarantee you we would. I'm going to tell you something.
Hey, hold on.
There will never
Hold
be,
on.
I'm even against a conventional war. You
Hey,
want to send troops to Central America? Then you volunteer and you go on the front of the line.
Hey, if we had it,
Then we
In fact, that's my opinion. I think they ought to take all the old guys first and then take the 18 and 19-year-olds. The old guys.
hey, hold on.
The old guys already lived
All
their
right.
lives.
All right,
Go
if
out
that's
and
the
sit them in the
case,
front line.
If that's the case, then you should be the first to go, right?
Not yet. Maybe in about 30 years or so.
Hey, listen.
Okay.
All right, now listen.
Go ahead, now.
If we were isolationists, what
Right.
that means is we pull all of our troops in from all over the world, we completely disregard our allies, and we let the Soviet Union take over the whole world. That's what isolationism is. Are you for that? No! We can't.
Okay.
Hey, Paul, we can't abandon all of our allies and just let them be swallowed up by the Soviet Union.
Okay, I want to ask you something about...
No, hey,
supporting-
don't just slide that
okay,
back.
I'll tell you what. When we were fighting in Vietnam, how many Russians died for North Vietnam? None. Now remember that. We died for South Vietnam, but how many Russians died for North Vietnam? None. Now, I'm all for giving them the weapons. They want to have the weapons and fight it out among themselves? Fine, go ahead. But don't send any U.S. troops.
But I'm saying this, Paul, we cannot be an isolationist country. By practicing isolationism, what we're doing is we're inviting the Soviet Union to move all over the world and take over the whole world. And as long as we have people like Ronald Reagan in office, it'll never happen, right? That's right. You see, he's another nitwit like that spineless Jimmy Carter, right? You probably like Jimmy Carter. I bet you just loved him.
The only thing that I agreed with Jimmy Carter is when he said he had lust in his heart. I have lust in my heart, but it's moving south. Okay.
Yeah.
For Raquel Welch. Okay. For Raquel Welch. Okay. I have to think
Hey, he may have lust in his heart, but it's not going to get him anywhere. I have news for you. Now, I understand also that you want more welfare in America. Can you believe that?
That's right.
Hey, hold on.
I want to tell you something. Say the fish story that you always say on every episode about, give a man a fish. Go ahead. Yeah.
All right, I'll tell you, and maybe you've learned something.
Okay.
You see, now this makes a lot of sense. If you give a man a fish, he'll take the fish, but then tomorrow he'll still be hungry. Mm-hmm. If you teach a man how to fish, he'll take care of himself for the rest of his life, right?
Let me say my point. Now, okay, hold it. Now, but Wally, you have to give a man a fish while he's learning how to catch a fish on his own.
Yeah, but this is it. You're calling for more welfare.
That's right. I'll tell you what, if the welfare system is going so well in the United States, how come there's 30,000 homeless and hungry people in metropolitan Los Angeles, Wally? Answer me that.
I'll tell you what.
I go down to any city, that's right. You think they want to be on it? It's not working.
I'll tell you. Hey, hold on.
Of course it isn't working.
Let me tell you why.
Okay, let me listen, Wally. Go ahead.
Right, now listen, you say he wants more welfare. There are too many lazy loafers on welfare right now. And I'll tell you, I'll tell you why welfare is not working. It's because we've allowed too many lazy loafers who want to live off the people, want to live off the government. We let them stay on welfare. Do you know there are people, there are families who stay on welfare for generation after generation? Some stay on welfare for their entire lifetime. And I say, that's got to stop. We got to kick those loafers off of welfare.
Then why don't you give them the training that they need so they can get a job? What they should do is outlaw unemployment. If the private sector cannot give them a job, then the government should give them a job.
Sure.
They should be obligated.
The point is they don't want a job.
All right, so you're calling.
What you're saying is they don't want a job.
That's right. There are many people who will not take a job, and I'll tell you what Ronald Reagan did in California when he was the governor. You know what? Workfare was cut in half when Ronald Reagan was the governor of California. You know how he did that? He established workfare. And he told people if they were able-bodied, when they went on welfare, they would have to work for that welfare check. And when these lazy loafers found that out, they dropped off welfare like flies. I say we should have workfare all across America.
Okay, Wally, 2 points for you on that one. I agree. What I said 2 points for you, Wally. The only thing is that I believe that they should provide them with a job to get the money. I'm not saying just give them the money. I'm saying I'm for work.
Yeah, but you got to understand, when you're calling for more welfare, there are people who don't want a job. They want to live off the people, and you're absolutely ridiculous to call for more. And,
well, I think
the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard of is you say, wait till you hear this. You haven't heard anything yet. He says, believe it or not, Jane Fonda is a great American.
You mean a great aerobics instructor.
How can you possibly say that about Jane Fonda? Just tell me how.
Okay. I believe that I admire her for her courage to stand up for her convictions, just like everybody else. But I think that...
How is she a great American? Just tell me that.
She looks...
Tell me.
She's a great aerobics instructor. Also, in on jazzercise also. I want to ask you something, Wally.
Wait,
Have you
no,
ever
wait.
met her?
Wait a minute.
Go ahead. Have you ever met her personally?
I would love to have her on the hot seat. Now, for you to say...
Okay.
No, hold on. For you to say that Jane Fonda is a great American makes me a little sick to my stomach. And I'll tell you why.
Why?
Because during the Vietnam War, it is my opinion that Jane Fonda committed treason. What do you think?
I think that was a long time ago, and I think that since then she did a lot for womanhood. Look how many mayors were women before and how many are now. And I think a lot of it that broke the ice was Jane Fonda. She stood out for what she thought was right. I didn't agree with her at that particular time, but she stood out. She went out there, did her protest, got other women involved, and they're going on from one.
Sure. Do you know what she did, Martinak? I'll tell you what she did. She went over there in Vietnam and told our guys to lay down their arms and surrender to the communists. What do you think of that? I'll tell you. Hold on,
That was a long time ago.
Hold on, Martinak. Hold on.
That was a long time ago.
Hold on. It's people like you. I'm sure people all across America are taking a look at this pitiful creature and are saying, hey.
Look,
Hey,
I'm going to tell you something. I met Jane Fonda, and she wasn't, wearing a red dress or revolutionary fatigues. In fact, all she was doing is she's into her jazzercise aerobics. In fact, I'll tell you something. She's nothing but a yuppie right now. You don't see her protesting right now. That was the past, Wally. Live in the future. That's all.
I have news for you, pal.
I know you want.
Hey, hold on. Hey, Martinak. I have news for you, pal. You are the past, and you have no future. I'll be right back. Thank you very much, and welcome back, everybody, to Hot Seat. Now, for you people at home, we do love to hear from you. If you want to write to me, I read every single letter, and I answer every one. Write to me. If you got a snapshot, send it in. I want to see what my audience looks like. We got some beautiful people in the audience, a few, but we got mostly great people who write to me and send photographs. Also, if you want information about the official Wally George fan club, we'll send the information out to you. Just let me know. Or maybe you want to come down and debate me here on the hot seat some Saturday night. Well, let me know that, too, if you do. Give me your phone number, and maybe I'll call you back. But whatever your reason, write to me. And I answer every letter, and I read every one. My address is just Wally George, Hot Seat, P.O. Box 56 TV, Anaheim, California, 92803. That's Wally George, Hot Seat, P.O. Box 56 TV, Anaheim, California, 92803. Right now, if you want to come down to one of our tapings, we tape every single Wednesday night, 52 weeks a year.
52 weeks.
And if you want to come down here, we tape every Wednesday night about 7 o'clock. And just call the numbers on your screen. And you can call Monday through Friday between 8:30 and 6. Leave your name and your telephone number with the area code and how many tickets you want, and we'll call you and get you down here as soon as we can. Here's the numbers to call in the 213 area code. It's 464-6111, 464-6111. Are you ready? Yeah! Okay. Now, here's the big number that all America is saying. I hear people walking down the street saying this number. The most famous number in the world, probably, David. It's in the 714 area code. It is 999. 4,000! 999. 4,000! One more time. 999. 4,000! Maybe for those of you who didn't hear that, it's 999. 4,000! Okay, that does it. Okay, now, David.
Okay.
Hold it, everybody. It's time now for our next guest on the hot seat. Go ahead, David.
Next up, we have John Waters, who is against the repeal of the 22nd Amendment.
All right. Now, John, you look like you have a few more brains than my last guest. Probably not too many more, but a few more. Now, I cannot understand how you could possibly be against the legislation that is pending to repeal the 22nd Amendment. Now, for those of you who may not know what the 22nd Amendment is, we had an amendment that was passed way back in the days of Franklin Delano Roosevelt. And the 22nd Amendment states that the President of the United States may not serve more than 2 terms in office. I say that's totally unfair. If we get a good president in office and the people want him to serve 3 terms or 4 terms, he should be able to, right? Why do you think that we should keep this amendment and not allow a president to serve more than 2 terms? Go ahead, John.
Wally, let's get down to brass tacks, okay?
Dude. Okay.
First off, your 22nd Amendment was put into effect because of one of your many fascist friends, Roosevelt.
Oh!
With the rest of the crowd.
He's not my friend.
Right, but he was one of the Republican friends, original Republican, right? Am I correct?
Franklin Delano Roosevelt? No. He was a Democrat, you nitwit! Are you saying that you think Franklin Delano Roosevelt was a Republican?
No. He was. I know he was a a liberal. Let's stay on.
He was a Democrat.
Of course he was. But okay, go ahead with the reason why he was put on. I'm sure you're familiar with it.
What you're probably trying to say is it was the Republicans who put that amendment up to stop Roosevelt.
Exactly.
And I say they were wrong in doing that, right? I mean, Republicans.
You're saying it was wrong that they did that.
That's
you're
right.
also telling me that you want it done for Reagan.
No, for all presidents. Listen, when we have a good president in office like Ronald Reagan, why shouldn't he be allowed to serve as long as the people want him in office, right?
As soon as you have a Wally, as soon as you have a good president in office, we'll talk about that. But I'll tell you what. If your audience here will give me a chance to talk, if your audience here will give me a chance to talk, I'll explain to you exactly where I'm coming from.
Oh, go ahead.
No, it's the God-given American right of every American to have a chance to carry that graft. Now, these guys, once they're in office, they have the opportunity to get rich, get famous, and if they haven't done it in 8 years, they're never going to do it because they've already got everything they want and they're lethargic to the needs of the American public.
Oh, come on. Are you... Wait a minute. Every other politician in this country, governors, senators, congressmen, every one of them can run for as many terms of office as they choose to. Why shouldn't the president have that same privilege? Answer me that. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Well, of course, with your audience backing you up.
You see, we're not...
I'll give you an exclusive answer if I get the opportunity.
Go ahead. You're a worm. Go ahead. Why shouldn't the president have that?
To prevent a dictatorship.
Wait a minute. How can we have a dictatorship?
We're not talking about low-level administrators. We're talking about the guy who's running the entire country and is responsible for whether or not the rest of us are going to live our life out.
But how can we have a dictatorship if the president decides to run for a 3rd term? He can't force himself on the public. The people have to elect him. Isn't that right? I'll be right back. Welcome back. Wally George here with Hot Seat, and we're talking about the repeal of the 22nd Amendment, and I say we should definitely repeal it. We have someone else here in the studio who wants to offer a few points. His name is Carl Jorger. Carl, you are also in favor of keeping the 22nd Amendment. You heard what John had to say. What are some of your reasons why you feel that the President of the United States should not be allowed to serve more than 2 terms?
Well, for the same reason that when you look at Congress, do you think Congress right now is representative of the American people? Do you think the House of Representatives is representative of the American people? Do you, Wally?
What?
Do you think the House is...
You gotta excuse me. While you were talking, I fell asleep.
Okay, listen.
If you'd stay awake, you'd understand what he was saying because this guy knows what he's talking about. Listen to him for a minute and stay awake and you'll understand.
Okay, listen.
Because this guy knows what he's talking about.
Will you shut up for a minute? Go ahead.
Listen. The House of Representatives is right now run by Tip O'Neill and Jim Wright. Do you think the American people are in favor of those 2 people?
Listen,
No, hold it. Answer the question.
Listen, their constituents must be, because they keep re-electing them.
Those same constituents voted for Ronald Reagan in majorities. The state...
Exactly.
The state from which Tip O'Neill is from, Massachusetts, voted for Ronald Reagan overwhelmingly. The state from which Jim Wright is from, Texas, voted for Ronald Reagan overwhelmingly. It's not that the people are in favor of them, it's that the people who vote for him, okay, when you're an incumbent, a congressional incumbent especially, and you've been in office for a long time...
We're talking about the President of the United States now, pal.
Okay, look, just compare the two. If you said congressmen can run...
Senators can run, governors can run, mayors can run for as long as they want to. Why shouldn't the president have that same opportunity?
Because it's not with the American way. The American way is that everybody gets a chance at the graft, not just one.
Not just that. Hold it.
Are you trying to say...
I'm trying to say that the guy, if we get a good one, let's keep him in. This guy's a clown.
Hey, hold on. Wait a minute. Did I hear you say that Ronald Reagan's a clown?
A clown's putting it lightly.
I'm gonna
tell you. You listen to me. Listen to what I'm saying.
Come on, sit up here. Hey, nobody is going to call the president a clown, are they? I'll tell you, when someone irritates me, I kick him off the show. And you know what? You irritate me, you're out of here too. I don't like either one of those guys.
They say that this isn't. They say this isn't the American way, but until 1950 it was the American way.
Well, listen,
we didn't have this amendment.
I say this, for a man like that, I say when we have a great president like Ronald Reagan in office, the American people should be allowed to keep him there for as many terms as they want. Thank you. Good night, everybody. God bless you.
Smells like a gym bag.
Does anyone else feel lightheaded? Oh, I'd kill for a good coma right now.
I need that bed.
Why?
If someone were to break in here in the middle of the night wanting to murder us, they would attack this bed first.
Schitt's Creek, weeknights at 12:30 and 1 a.m. on KDOC TV Los Angeles.